5 foot 1 inch of graceful climbing talent. Mandi is relatively short for a climber and sometimes has to work around sequences with her own special beta. She's here today to help me demonstrate the finer details behind short person climbing. Our main focus today, high feet. We'll explore this one technique in greater detail and provide 3 tips for how to best utilize your feet when stepping on those high footholds. Let's get started. One of the biggest issues with using high feet is that it pushes the hips away from the wall. This becomes troublesome as it takes away from weight supported on the feet and shifts the work over to the hands. The easiest way to prevent this from happening is using inside edge when placing high feet. This opens the hips and allows for them to be flattened against the wall. This is an example of how switching from using toe to inside edge can reduce the distance of your hips to the wall. Here, Mandi is climbing this green V3 using inside edge for the majority of her foot placements. Notice how close her hips are to the wall when placing high feet. Most inexperienced climbers tend to regard footholds as foot rests. They place their foot passively on a hold and do not exert any force over it. This takes the legs out of the equation and makes the climber rely solely on their hands to reposition their bodies. You need to use your feet as if they were hands. I like to think of the tip of my shoe as a small talon. When placing a foot on a hold, actively press down and dig your toes into the hold. This gives you the purchase of using your foot to shift your body laterally and engages the leg to push you up vertically. Now that you've learned how to place your foot and press through the toe, the last step is learning how to position the body to best leverage the foothold to push yourself upward. Sometimes people place a high foot with inside edge, press down, but are unable to generate any push. This is because the rest of their body is positioned too far from the foot. The best way to reposition your body and maximize upward push is to first rock your weight over the foothold. This is done by shifting the knee over the toes. When you do this, you transfer your center of gravity close enough to your base of support, and then are able to fully use that point to push off. High feet is something that's available to climbers of all types. Whether you're tall, average, or short, you can apply these tips to help you better utilize the skill. I hope you found this video helpful, and until next time, move better, climb harder.